Hey Valley Middle kids, welcome back to another weekly enrichment lesson. Today we're going to be using prime factorization to solve a number of problems. And as always, we'll be using a worksheet, one of these puzzle worksheets. The beginning part is pretty simple. You just have to find the prime factorization of a given number, match it up with a letter that equals the answer, and then paste it in down here at the bottom. However, here things get a little bit nutty, and I want to do a quick review of a couple of things. First of all, just prime factorization. If you want to find the prime factorization for 140, remember that you start by breaking it into a prime number and a composite number, or two primes. But in this case, I broke it into 2 times 70. 2 is a prime number. 70 obviously is not. That's composite. So I bring my 2 down, and then I break the 70 down into some numbers. I broke it down into 7 times 10. So now I have a string here, and I have 2 primes, but 10 is still composite. And prime factorization is when you have a string of all prime numbers that multiply together to equal the given number. So you can see I broke the 10 down into 2 times 5. So now I have this string of primes, 2 times 7 times 2 times 5. And that equals 140. I can combine those 2's and put it in exponential form, and I can say it's 2 squared times 5 times 7, and that makes sense because 2 squared is 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 7, of course, is 140. Down in that bottom section of this sheet over here, you're also going to be asked to write the product. And you're going to have a string of primes like this one here, for example, 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times x times x times x. That's a mouthful. All you do is you take and multiply the numbers together. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 3 is 54. So there's where I got my 54. And then I multiply the x's. X times x times x is really x cubed. So now I've written the product from a string of primes. All right, take a look at this one. Here I've got 2 squared times 3 times b times b times y times y times y. Same type of thing. 2 squared is 4. It's just in exponential form. 2 squared times 3, so that's 4 times 3. That's 12. I've got 2 b's and I've got 3 y's, so it's 12b squared y cubed. Finally, you're going to run into some negative numbers. And though we don't test on negative numbers in 6th grade in the state of Minnesota, we certainly want you exposed to them and familiar with them. So take a look at this one. Negative 2 times 3 m squared g squared. I'm pretty sure you'd know that that's 6 m squared g squared by now. But would you remember to put the negative sign there? Yes, you would. Because it's a negative 2 times 3. Take a look at this little chart I made over here. Remember, a positive 2 times a positive 4 is 8. A negative 2 times a negative 4 is also 8. 2 negatives equal that positive. But if you just have an odd number of negatives, or just one negative like this, negative 2 times 4 or 2 times a negative 4, your product is going to be a negative 8. Okay? So, got that taken care of. Good luck with this activity. Be careful down here in the bottom. I think it's going to test your head, your minds, and your brains. Have a good day. Don't forget to show your work steps as you work through here. They've given you plenty of workspace. All right? Have a good one.